Very pleased to have with us the Tazewell County, Illinois State's Attorney, Stuart Umholtz. And Mr. Umholtz, thank you, sir, for your time.
Sure, Cam. Glad to be with you. It's just another day. I'm glad I'm not in Washington, D.C.
Listen, I understand, and there is a reason why I live in the Commonwealth of Virginia. You are the latest prosecutor to say, okay, we're going to allow concealed carry in Tazewell County despite the fact we don't have a state law yet. What made you decide to take this step?
Well, sometimes I feel like I'm like Mr. Obvious from the Bob and Tom show. Because really it's just the obvious conclusion. I cannot, as a state's attorney, prosecute a citizen for violating a law that a federal court has found to be unconstitutional.
That's a good thing to hear, I have to say. All right, so what is the policy now in Tazewell County?
Well, the policy here is the same as it's always been. I'm not going to charge somebody with violating a law that would be unconstitutional. We do have what Judge Posner calls a blanket prohibition on the books in Illinois that prohibits entirely a person from carrying a firearm outside of their home for self-defense. And the federal court, Judge Posner, found that that's unconstitutional. And I agree with that. And so what we have here is we don't have a specific law, a state law that authorizes concealed carry, so you have to look at it from the standpoint of the Constitution. And if there has not been any rules put into place by the state to regulate concealed carry, then we have to look to whether or not any other laws are being broken.
Okay. Have you heard from Illinois State Police, State's Attorney General Lisa Madigan, or has anybody said, what are you doing, Stuart? You shouldn't be doing this?
No. I've heard from a lot of people that are saying finally someone is going to apply some common sense on this issue and authorize citizens to exercise their constitutional rights. That's really been all the feedback that I've heard.
All right. If the governor signs the concealed carry law, would those provisions then go into effect in Tazewell County, or would you stand by what you all are doing right now?
Oh no! If there's a valid law, and I urge the state to have some rules. In fact, most gun owners I talk to say, we ought to have some rules in place, but we've had a complete and total failure of leadership in our state capitol on providing those rules. Hopefully, the governor will sign this bill. If he doesn't, we're in the same situation we are today.
Talking with Stuart Umholtz, the state's attorney in Tazewell County, Illinois. Do you have any idea, Mr. Umholtz, how many residents might take advantage of a concealed carry law, and how many folks have contacted your office, perhaps, seeking guidance on this issue?
I would say I have, anywhere from between 5 and 10 each day. Contacting the office, wanting to know, what are the rules going to be?
Yeah, and it's tough because again, you don't know. Even right now, we have Lisa Madigan asking the U.S. Supreme Court for 30 more days because she doesn't know. She says what the governor is going to do, so you don't know if this is going to be a moot point or necessary. This has to be so frustrating to watch this and to know, again, that this is because the governor, at this point, doesn't want to abide by the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals ruling that says the constitutional rights of Illinois residents are being violated right now.
Well, and it's certainly true that our governor, I would throw our attorney general in the same category. They don't like what the federal courts have decided. They do not wish to allow citizens to be able to carry a firearm outside the home for self-defense. I look at it from the standpoint that as a state's attorney, very few, in fact, I'd have a hard time putting my finger on any single incident where I have a law-abiding citizen carrying a firearm outside the home and committing a crime. Our shootings, and most all shootings fall into this category. These are individuals that have felony convictions, don't have a valid firearms identification card, and they're the ones committing crimes. I don't spend a lot of time worrying about law-abiding citizens out there exercising their Second Amendment rights.
Well, absolutely. Listen, Mr. Umholtz, again, I really appreciate your time, sir, and Have you talked to other state attorneys? Do you think we're going to see more folks speaking out about this issue?
Oh, I think so, and most states' attorneys like myself, I really started this policy in December after the federal court's decision, but I did it quietly. But I think everybody reached their frustration point with our state government.
Yeah.
And I think more states' attorneys will speak up, but hopefully our state leaders will step up, show a little leadership, and get something done.
And you've not had any problems with this unofficial policy. You haven't, had a lot of trouble with, otherwise law-abiding folks being stupid or suddenly turning into criminals. And I just couldn't help it. I never robbed a bank before, but I had the gun with me this time, and I just thought, why not?
Right. I think the refreshing thing that we have is that we have law-abiding citizens wanting to follow the law, and they're just begging their leaders in state government to provide some sensible, reasonable, and above all, constitutional regulations.
There you go. Stuart Umholtz, Tazewell County, Illinois State's Attorney. Thanks again for coming on the program, sir.
All right, thanks, Cam.